Hey everybody, as always let me know if you hear the audio correctly, if you see the stream, and please write in the chat. Okay, so everything is set. We have one issue, well, two issues. One issue is that I have like 5 to 10 liters of liquid nitrogen. So last time we pushed too much and we have very small amount. So I cannot afford to restart the system too many times since we have like 1 2 liters just to go full pot, and then I hope to have like 3 or 4 or 5 to be able to benchmark at least 20 30 times. Everything is ready, so we should make it, but it's hard since we have limited amount of liquid nitrogen. Second issue is that today I was pre-testing this board with the cascade at -100, and at some point the system shuts down, and I had to sweep the board with the cleaner to make it start again. I was almost on the way to cancel the stream since the board wasn't responsive, so it didn't power up at all, and I managed to make it work. So I hope that it will still working at least for 1 hour. That's all we need. So I'm going to insulate the board very nicely to avoid any water issue. And well, you have to cross fingers. This thing is hard. We already have everything, but it's hard because I have a very low amount of liquid nitrogen, and the board was a bit weird today. So, well, let's see. Okay, so let's start with this. I made some progress. If you can see here in the validation at 4 gigahertz, I was at 2178, which is very nice. I trim a bit everything. So this is very basic. I just have the internet connection and just a few stuff. And I gained like 10 to 15 points over the other operating system. So we have a good base, a better base, and I just need four points or to replicate the data results. I did at least 100 or I don't know 200 runs, and it seems that we have like 20 to 30 points that can happen. So the swing is like 20 to 30 point. The key here is like a slot machine. We have to try. I I find some trick along the way, like using the aggressive bias, and then shortly after the gentle bias to avoid crash. So this is a small shortcut that we can gain a couple of points. And well, if we are short of liquid nitrogen and we didn't have had reached the goal yet, I can try to do one run with the aggressive, but the risk of crash is very high. So I can usually make 1 or 2 runs and then the system crash. So this is the last resort. I have as well tried the per CCX overclock, and I found that my first CCX is 25 megahertz faster, and that was at 5.2 gigahertz when I tried with the cascade at -100. So maybe we should have like 24 megahertz more, or we can lower the second core of 25 megahertz and do some runs, and maybe we are lucky to have a stable platform to repeat the test a lot, and then I can bump the speed and try, and we can go for the big run. So this is it. No chicken clocking now. No. We just go full pot. We load the profile and we fire. So it's like a sniper run, not chicken clocking. I vary to be a super sniper. So with that small amount of liquid nitrogen, I don't have the luxury to make mistake. So this with the full tank with the 50 liters would be like easy. We just keep pouring and we play the slot machine until we get the score. But now we have like 30 minutes of time, and if I do one restart, is very difficult to recover from that mistake. So well, just to add some adrenaline to the run. uh, and in my life, almost every live I made, some miracles can happen. So I'm confident that even today we can do some good things. Okay, so well, the best way to run it was to set the priority to real time, and that might be an issue because I don't know if the system is actually working properly or not. You will see that in the pot, the liquid nitrogen starts boiling faster, and I have the temperature that goes down a bit or up a bit. And this is how I can manage to see if the benchmark is running or not. I hope that if it hangs, uh, the cursor will keep functioning and I can terminate it. So I will use this the high priority at the end, just to make sure that everything is fine. If we can get the record like this, better, and then we can push for more. But I have to plan carefully the moves. Well, okay, as you can see now, I have like 2160. I can keep like I can go like for at least 20, 30 times before I have a spike at 172, 173, and occasionally I got 178. And that was very rare. I think in 200 runs that I did, I got only one 2178. A lot of 2170 and something. But I have like to repeat the benchmarks a lot. So everything is working. The board is running now like 3 or 4 hours, so if there was water, I think is gone. And now I have to insulate the board, and we can start Mission Impossible. Yeah, today is like more Mission Impossible. As you can hear, there's no stupid music today, since I need concentration to concentrate. Um, ciao. In theory, maybe I can recharge liquid nitrogen because they should like bring me home with the truck, the liquid nitrogen. I don't know. So guess tomorrow we'll find out. So when the dewar is empty, I have also, this is a 50 liters, I have also 30 liters, and that is empty, of course. When I finish it, I call the company, and if they can make me a refill, I mean, they can come and take my the, the dewar and then come back with the dewar full. It is a good way to do another run, or we have to wait the end of this quarantine. But I hope that they can operate, since they supply hospitals, and I think they are operational. The withdrawal device, I bought this from a company that was leaving the state, and they had to close, and I bought with a super bundle. But I think you can find only the withdrawal device like 500 more or less. I got like for 1000 I got everything, and this brand new. They use it like 1-2 times to make ice cream. But I think the company didn't end well, and they had to close. So I had a good deal. And plus, when I bought this, they let me recharge for like 2 weeks. So I got like I don't know, probably I spilled like over 300 liters. Very lucky. So I repay the cost of the bottle, which is nice. Why not point the big tank to the pot to reduce the wasting? No, well, this thing is big. As you can see, oops, this is big. It's heavy. I have like I have a tube, uh, a flex tube, but it's more the gas that exit that I can spill. Plus, I don't have the control to manage the flow. But now it's like full pot is easy. But when I did the first sub 6 minute run for the Super I had to spill like a small quantity of liquid nitrogen every like 3 seconds, and the only way to control it properly is with the thermos. So it's very hard to pour it. Let's do this. So I have better control with the thermos. and I waste less liquid nitrogen. So, because there's a lot of gas exiting the vapor, and I end up wasting more liquid nitrogen than put it everything in the thermos and then put it there. So, okay, start with the insulation. This is like this. So, I have my diapers, as you can see. I really love this system since it's cheap and it's super effective. No Vaseline, because if you use Vaseline, you have to clean the board after. It's a mess. The board can get dirt as well, since now in theory I should, to make a proper thing, I should take everything off, the heatsink and all, and wash it with the ultrasonic cleaner. But I have to buy it, and well, I will do it since I have like the Crosshair 7. I was preparing the Crosshair 7, but for today as a backup. But I have one channel that doesn't work, so the memory just goes in one channel mode, and because it's super dirty, and I have to wait until I clean it properly. So now I'm doing the insulation for the socket. So I usually put this dimension. So this is a very, once you get used to, it's very easy and very practical. I draw the hole here. So very easy. And now I have to make the holes. That is a reference. Let me read the chat a bit. The clock I got last time was 5650, so 5.6 gigahertz and 50 megahertz. That is nice. It is the same clock that they had in the first position, in the actual first position. So at least we play at the same ground. So now it's just a matter of efficiency, well, persistence to keep the system running and play the slot machine, because the CB15 is a slot machine. You have just okay, you have to optimize the system, tune everything, make sure that it works, that you don't break the board and all the stuff. So it's not easy, but lucky also plays a good part. So now what I'm going to do is to place this as additional insulation layer for the base, the back of the motherboard. I don't need to cut nothing, so this is easy. Insulation is very important, especially now where we don't have any space for problems. And if you fail to insulate, you fail. Full stop. So with this, I have neoprene that provides some layer of insulation. Plus, if there's water, the diapers will catch the waters. So let's say double level of protection. to prevent the condensation, and if I have condensation, I prevent the water going to the circuits. As you seen last time, I went like 4 hours benching, and I might buy the KPX Inferno. It's something that I want to try. It's a good add-on. I think with the diapers plus the Inferno, I should be able to really enjoy the benchmarking without any issue at all. But let's see. I will try it. I will probably review it. All right. Perfect. This is very important. This part is very important, especially if you want to avoid to have water around the VRMs. And if I have water, this thing will catch it. So double protection. One thing that I have to stay alert is to don't let the diaper goes between the pot and the CPU, or I have a bad placement and we cannot achieve the speed. So the proper placement is key. If you fail and it's not well placed, you risk the frequency, the maximum frequency, or crashes when the system is under load. So it's very important to maintain. So, well, everything has to be extremely well made. Okay, time for the Smurf thing. Where is my... I lost everything every time. Sorry. I was looking for this to apply the paste. Yeah, water in the VRM is not good. Yes, to keep the board warm is important. Well, with the diapers, I counter, I prevent the issue by catching the water. But if I can make the board not generate water, of course, it's better. So I really want to try the Inferno. I mean, everything helps, especially when you're dealing with like 10 megahertz more to make the first position or not. Sometimes even 5 megahertz can make a difference. I mean, usually when I game, I keep my CPU at default. Maybe someone can say, no, I'm extreme overclocker. I do overclocking every day. No, I have to keep my CPU at default, since everything can happen when you overclock. Even if you test the system for the maximum stability, sometimes, someday, especially when you're like in the last boss, shit happens. And for like now with the Ryzen, overclocking a Ryzen doesn't give you any benefit. So to gain like 1 FPS, it's not worth it. Overclocking a system is also fun. So most of the time we play more in overclocking than the real games. Is that right? So the paste is very important to put it correctly. Better a bit more than less, since if we have too much paste, it will go to the diaper. If I don't have enough paste, well, I cannot reach the frequency I want. I can have the crash, so there's no rice grain here. Okay, now the big boy. Oh, this thing is heavy. So the probe. Sorry for the noise, but the rods are a bit tight. They are not made for AM4, and it's a pity. Okay, the placement is correct, at least it seems. I made it hundreds of times, so I shouldn't have an issue here. Okay. Yeah, there's a lot of silence without the music, but better this way. It was a bit boring. Chill out, but we don't need to chill out. We need Mission Impossible today. Now there will be the fun of the Ice Dragon keeping us company at 3000 RPM. The paste is the Kingpin Cooling KPX. Is the almost the only one that can go down to almost 200 degrees without cracking. So also the paste is important, because if you use cheap paste, you go like 130, 140, and then you hear like crack, and then you have to go back to like positive degrees to warm up the paste, let the paste get applied correctly, or to take everything out and then to reapply the paste. I never got any issue with this paste, so I really trust it. Never let me down once. And there's a lot of variables that can go wrong. A lot of things can go wrong. The paste, the placement, the human error, the board that can fail since we are pushing it to extremes. Well, last time we were pushing 330 watts of the entire system, so this board can handle much, much more. I think I went to almost to 500 with the 3950X. If I can get the refill this week, or well, soon, we will do the same thing with the 3950X, and we can try to grab some score. Record, I don't think, since my 3950X is super alien in the first CCX. I can go like 5.85 gigahertz, so a monstrosity. But the second CCX, I can hardly pass 5.4 gigahertz. But with 5.4, we can rank we can do a podium, or 5, 5, 6. We don't know. So we can have some fun anyway. It's not always that you can have a super good CPU and make the first place, but we can try. So now the installation for the big guy. Again, the contact is very important here, since there will be plenty of water. Okay, now everything is almost ready. I want to put some more installation here and in the memory, and then I have the hot air blower just in case. Let's try with a boot. Yes, I know I can boot with bare IHS, but now I have to verify if everything works. And at this point, I don't know if everything works. Since I have a stupid O2, let's see if I can. Yes, no, okay. We we are doing okay. It was the fan that was not detected. Now I should be able to boot. Okay. The LGA of Intel, I kinda hate it, since with the Asus boards, is super delicate. The only motherboard I had without any issue was let's see, I have it, the AVGA Z390 Dark. It's a super solid motherboard. With the maximum, the Apex, I always get like, I have like CC when I put the pot too strong, and I really hate that. But anyway, so now I'm going to insulate a bit the memory. As you can see here, I don't want to have issue on the memory. Okay, now we have the operating system working. I think I didn't download the core temp, and it's something that I need to check if the temperature is doing okay or not. Let's see if the internet is working, because I really take everything out. No, I stupid things here. Build your kingdom. I don't need a kingdom. I need liquid nitrogen. Okay, 43 degrees, 38, 32. Wow, should be fine. Probably have to push it a bit more. Sounds okay. Okay, it's almost time. Okay, nice, ready. Okay, so let's start pouring. Either check. Okay, some full screen action. Where's the fun? Now I didn't breathe much. Oh yes, start. Is it cool, isn't it? I love this driving. Now I'm going to check that. Okay, we have the same, or more or less the same temperature in the probe and in the CPU temp. So we have like 8, 12, and it's dropping. So usually when it's like this, it's safe to say that is we have a good placement. We are now 0 degrees. We have 4, 3. Yeah, should be fine. 2, 1. Okay, pot is placed. Temperature is fine. Now I go down to minus 20 and I load the BIOS profile. So let's start to enter into the BIOS. Yeah, the T-Rex is heavy. It's very heavy, but it's perfect for controlling the temp. If you need like to maintain a certain temperature with the T-Rex, is easier than others, and it's fast. I can drop the temperature pretty fast, but when I need precision, I have it. So I'm very happy about it. Okay, now I have everything. That is was 7 with a crazy amount of volts, I think. Okay, fine, fine. Sock, I keep it this way. I go down a little bit and I restart. Okay, now the system should reboot, train, and if everything goes well, we can boot like this. And with these settings, if we have any restart at higher temperature, I should be able to avoid cold boot bugs. If I'm too cold and I don't have the voltage properly set, the system cannot boot, and I cannot afford that. Okay, everything is trained. I have to wait a bit. When we are booting into Windows, we go down to full pot, we load the profile, and we start firing. And with LN2, I cannot get high fiber clock, infinity fiber clock, since the more you go down with the temperature, the harder is to get. Hmm, that's not good. It's harder to get higher phase fiber clock frequency. So at full pot, a very good CPU can do like 1600. You know what? I didn't set the memory, so I have to raise the timing a bit. No way I have to. Okay, I have to. But the timings are not so important, so I can afford to go at C14. The important for this benchmark is the FCLK. Even if I raise the timing at 14, 14, 14 is fine. I need less voltage on the memory, and probably I will be even more rock solid. So, okay, 14, 14, 14, 14, 34, 48. So you can leave the memory almost at default for this benchmark. Just in case I pushed it a bit with a Titan subtiming setup. But for Cinebench, you don't need memory timings. You need uh, fiber, fiber clock. Now I think I have the weird issue of the disk. I have to swap the disk and restart the system. This is a stupid thing I have, like, it's a week that I have it. I have to swap the SATA port until I get to boot. Don't ask me why, but it's like this. Not arguing with the board right now. Come on. Murphy's Law. When you don't have time, bad things happens. Time for a refill. If you're building your pot, nice. I don't have the skill or the, the instrument to make it, but I will definitely make one. If you know what you're looking for, probably you're going to make a good pot. Okay, let's start with the preparation first. So, let me put this here so you can see. During the testing I did these days, I learned a few tricks, like prepare everything, start with the make a run like this, and then load the aggressive profile, and then to load again the gentle profile. It's not as strong as the aggressive profile, but I gain like 5 points. It's a stupid trick, but it works. I literally tried everything. Okay, the score is low. So aggressive and then gentle. Now I should have gained some points. In theory, I should obtain like there is something wrong here, since I should have like 2 and 60. I don't know if I need to restart, but let's try with the priority to real time. If I don't have like 2170, 2160 and something, probably have to restart the board, because sometimes there's some memory training to do. The score we are going to chase now is 3032. Last time I made 3033. And I wanted to try to replicate that result. So clearly there's something going on strange here. So let's try to do a couple of runs, or I try to restart the system. Yeah, there's something strange. I think I have to reboot the system. But it's good also to reboot the system with moderate cold, to let the board train with the cold. As you can see, the temperature drops when the benchmark is running. It means that I have a good contact with the pot. Yeah, there's definitely an issue here. And since I don't want issue that I can prevent, I will need this. I really hope that I can have my supplier give me the LN2 at home, since this thing is going to take long, I think. And if we cannot make it today, I want to do it. I expect something around 2150, 2160 at least. I don't want to go full pot and then understand and discover that there's something messed up with the operating system. That's weird. Uh, Tough decision to do. Try to do something, or go full pot and try. Since now I lost a lot. I could try to set the memory, to limit the memory, and go down to C12 again. Um, let's see. Let's try this. So what I'm going to do now is to limit the amount of memory. I think it was like this. So now I'm going to limit the amount of memory at 4 gigahertz, more or less, for 4 to 5 gigahertz, so I can go down with the timings. Okay. Now I should be able to use tighter timings. Let's see if the 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 timings. Sorry for the echo. I have like a weird Windows open. Yes, timing were tighter, so but I think as well there's a trade-off between the max mem I have to set to run at the timings and the system needs, since if I go too much below uh, like 4 gigahertz, if I set like a max mem of 3 gigabyte or something like this, I start losing point. So I have to be careful with the timings, since okay, the timings is not so relevant, but if I like create a bottleneck by limiting the memory of the operating system, I lose more points. So it's a, I to find a good balance. Okay, I think everything is set. Okay, let's do this. So now I have the exact settings of the last time. The operating system is a bit more optimized, but you know, with the cold, I had a lower score, and that is some of the weird things that happens when you do extreme overclocking. At water, everything is fine. Then you start dropping the temperature, and you have all sorts of weird things. So let's see in chat how it is. Okay, we have a boot, so we can start. Go down, and yeah, the memory is working. So quick check. I will put this like this so you can see if I have validation issue or not. Memory is set, CPU is set, fine. I really hope that we compensate, since losing 30 points for an issue is not to the good thing today. Anyway, if you want to try to reach this score, if you have a Ryzen 2, I made my max was 2178 at 4 gigahertz sharp. So you can play and see if you can get a better efficiency than me. Okay, I think I have to take out some memory or to loosen the timings a bit. And I think I'm going to go for C14 if I cannot fix this. Since now the restarts can be really bad. Let's do like a challenge. If with a Zen 2 you can break the 2178 at 4 gigahertz sharp. Just to see if we can get a better efficiency than me, and I'm pretty sure you have, because I'm really bad with the operating system. I can push the hardware really easy, but operating system is not my comfort zone. So okay, now I should be able to be more stable. Oh, welcome to this crazy family between extreme overclocking and World of Warcraft. We're a bit of a niche. So let's recharge a bit. I don't like blue screen, especially when I don't want errors. But with this amount of memory removed, I should be fine. So now I have what? 4.2. Okay, should be enough. Let's see. Oof, even worse. So that's the memory thing. Uh, Good, because you do your homework, you prepare, and then when it's time, everything goes wrong. This is a big issue. We lost 100 points. So I think I have to go back and raise the timings and have the system utilize more memory. So since we don't need timings, and probably that discrepancy I had versus the water cooling is probably the cold that do something weird. Okay, so I go back to C14 and we try like this. If we cannot make it, we will try again. And I didn't have much time to test it with cold since I had this stupid issue today. Today I was going to test it with the cascade of -100 and tune the memory. But I had that stupid issue that the board like shut down without any reason and I wasn't able to start it for like 3 hours. No, because timing really doesn't matter. And I prefer to have a super stable system and push for the max frequency without the risk of bad memory settings and I have blue screen. So it's most dangerous that. Since I have the swing of the pointer in anyway, so I have Praxire too. Actually, is the only one that is viable since there's also Air Liquid, but they have a slightly better price per liter, but they charge me a lot of transportation since they are not in my town, and I lose a lot in transportation. Like they cost me like 60, 70 euro only for transportation. And here I have the deposit nearby. I go with the truck and I have zero cost of transportation. It's hard to have liquid nitrogen here. It's costly, and there's only basically only one supplier in town, and they know it, and they keep the price high. I'm like 2 point something per liters. It's a lot. Okay, now I hope at least 2130, 2140. Or anyway, we don't have choice. Now we are doing this thing. We have to keep doing this thing. Okay, nice. We can go. Hoping that the board will hold. In the meantime, I do some runs. Now I set the priority to high, just like this, and then slowly we go down with the temperature. Just want to make sure I have all the memory channel working because, you know, maybe the trick of today did something to the dual channel. Let's see. No, I'm in dual channel. And the score is improving. So good. In Russia you have $1 per liter. Well, you're lucky. Okay, so okay, the score is getting better. Probably because the IMC sometimes get lazy with the cold. Minus 100, and we are still up and running. Now at minus 100, it's time to load the big profile. So I think was that, yeah, yeah, was that? No, I think this is not good since I have more. Was 1.6. I have to do it manually. So okay, let's go down slowly. Okay, so far so good. Want to make sure everything is fine. Another run. The pressure is starting to go down a bit, so I must be careful. I don't have much liter left. 120. Time to raise a bit the volts to see how it react. 0.3 in Moscow. This is amazing. Okay, the pot is reacting perfectly. Fine. Let's go down to full pot. Now I'm going to bench a bit of 5 gigahertz to improve the score. Time to raise the sock voltage to 1.6. Should be enough to have the okay. Now the voltage are ready for everything. So now it's just about to go full pot and try the shot. Let's warm it a bit. Let's go for 5 gigahertz. We should have like 2.6, sorry, 2700, 2600 of score. Pot is reacting good. We have a good placement. Uh, what? Oh yes, this is super cool. When I froze the CPU, also the cam froze. Is that curious? What what did I did last time to make it work? I can't remember. So let's try to disconnect and reconnect it. It's a weird issue. When I go down here, the camera just crazy. Let me try to fix it. In the meantime, we go down. Okay, so 165. Let's do another bench at 5 gigahertz. Yes, the pot is perfectly placed. Large amount of LN2 quickly then. Oh, what is that? Okay, well, let's go full pot and try. As you can hear, now we are approaching the maximum temp. When you reach the maximum temp possible, it starts making less noise and the bubbling, blue, blue, blue. Now we are at full pot. So, okay. Finger crossed that I don't want a crash. I should have enough liquid nitrogen to try, but let's go for 5.6 first to see more or less what we have. Plus we need that the pot cools down a bit. So we are 5.6, few megahertz away from the point we want. The score is nice. We need better, but the score is nice. So let's do 25 megahertz more. And I keep cycling a bit. We need the pot more frozen than this. Okay, but I think there's something wrong. Since we are too far away yet, and I don't know the weird thing that happens before, but I don't care. Let's try with the priority real time and see what we can have like this. No gain. Okay, but now I want to try with the per CCX overclock, push the faster CCX at 5650, and at least we have 4 cores that are a bit faster. So we should be able to make a lot of consequences. I don't know the term. Well, we should be able to make more runs without crashing and make the slot machine spin a bit. This is not good, I think. Or it is. No, I think this is a sign that we crashed. And this is bad. So it seems that the first core isn't that strong as I thought. Let's try with a bit more core and do it again. At least I saw that if something goes wrong, I got the cursor back again, which is something that I was afraid that I wasn't able to terminate the process and have a full system crash. So at least we have this. Okay. Probably is that core that doesn't want to be overclocked. So I'm going to set the second CCX at 56.50 and the first at 56.25. Maybe it's the other way around. Because what I'm trying to do now is to have a good consistency of score and keep the program running and then push for the spike. Shit. Nice one. Okay. It seems that this is a good tactics. We have like 20 to 25 points that can swing. Now it's just a matter to keep it going. We have 4 core 25 megahertz less than the first in position. So, you see, it's swing now, it's swing by 10. But at some point, it will push like a. Ah, no way. This thing is hard. Let's try to go for 5650. The trick of the core seems not working as I hoped, but we don't care. Since, okay, so I keep this frequency. I'm gonna try to raise a bit this one and repeat what we just did the last time, hoping that everything is fine. Let's try. Then I'm going to close Explorer and try in that way. Like the last time, we need a bit of luck. Yeah, I set everything on high performance. The system is very well tuned. I got really nice result from today run, but I was at, when you are at with liquid cooling is something. When you are with liquid nitrogen, the game change. Sometimes you can have a super very good frequency at with liquid cooling. You go stream, and that operating system is trash. You never know what is going to happen. So Hi, flanker. I think I have less than 1 hour. I think I have like 3 or 4 liters left. So probably I'm going to bed before you, especially if we didn't score in the next 20 minutes. I hate that. Let's try with less voltage. Maybe it's helping, maybe not. We have to try. If I see a good score, I kill Explorer and we go without Explorer. Good thing at least I don't crash. Something is weird. Yes, I have the gentle. If I use the aggressive, I can do like 1 or 2 rounds and then the system crash. So okay, stable. But we need 23 points. I think something is weird with the operating system. Can say what, but or it's just I just need some swings. At least now you're a bit more stable. So I think I'm going to keep the hardware at these settings and we just repeat and pray. Crash again. How nice. Told you that it was going to be hard. It just is not about load the previous settings and try. We have still some luck to push. So I think I better if I wait like 10 seconds after every run to let the CPU cools down a bit. Actually, we are very hot. Probably what I should I do is to lower a bit this one, but it's risky. But I think I must do it. Since a lot of shock voltage means a lot of heat. A lot of heat, less megahertz. Let's try again to load the aggressive profile and load the gentle again. Sometimes it helps. If I have few liters left, I'm going to try to make a run with the aggressive, just in case. So what I'm trying to do now, I can kill the explorer and see if we can have a better system. I'm going to save this profile. Okay, pot is full now. Yeah, of course, like this. The live event usually put amount of issues. Okay, we are what? 27, 15 points away. 15 points. Maybe if we catch the good swing, we can make it. So let's go. The problem with the aggressive score is that I don't want to kill Explorer because I have to switch it back. I tried as well using the slow button when I finish the run, but if I use the aggressive profile, the bias, even if I use the slow button, the slow mode after that, the system crash. So it's super risky. I prefer to chase the lucky with a multiple round that use that. I will use that if I have like 1 liter left. So if I crash, and that's it. Bit of more bolts. Safe mode, and it's working. Is a BIOS. A BIOS is settings in the BIOS that in theory should help the score, and it is helping the score. But there's a gentle and the aggressive. The aggressive is too aggressive. The system will crash in like in a couple of runs, or you have like an instant crash. If I minimize the renders, but like, let me see, render scene, you mean like I'm I'm at minimum. You mean like putting it down completely? I tried. I tried as well to start the benchmark, doing like this, but I think it's just a matter of lucky run. Because today I did like almost more than 2,200 runs, and no matter what I used as a trick, it's just about luck. It is mostly about luck. This benchmark is stupid. You need to prepare the system properly, yes, but it's too based on luck. No, it's not like Super PI when you have to set everything and you have that score. Here is 80% luck. At least 20, 30%, 20, 30 point is just about luck. Even if it seems that I'm stuck here. I think there's something wrong with something. I don't know if I try with some. I have the base clock as well, and the score is super low. I can understand, but what is it? I'm very top at the frequency. I'm very at top at Infinity Fabric. So if I raise a bit the fabric clock, probably is getting worse, or I have a system crash. So I don't want to push that luck. But we're improving. So we are now 13 points away. I really want to. to keep, because I see that the first like 20, 30 run, they are really bad. And then I start picking like 10 or 15 points out of the blue like this. The ideal is to make a lot of run without crashing. Since I think if this thing crash, something in the cache goes away, or I don't know. The idea is to make consequent runs without having the system crash. Probably I think it's a cache thing. So I'm going to try to lower a bit to keep at 100 now the base clock, and see if we can play with the runs instead of the pure frequency. This thing is thirsty and it's power hungry as well. So far so good. I tried with high memory frequency, but no, I have a worse score since I don't know, for the latency. With the dual CCD CPU like the 3900, 3950X, some application goes better with high memory frequency without the 1-1. But with this, it's kind of hard to exit the 1-1 ratio. Yes, see, yes. It's after the fifth consecutive or the 10th. I got like 2165 for like 20 times, more or less like 1 2 points. And then I got from 61, 2165, I got a 2178, like 13 points out of the blue like this. And just, luck. At least I can bench without much crashes. I would really, I'm tempted to push the second CCX 25 megahertz more, but since I have crashes, no, I think it's not a good idea. If I do this, probably I save time. Is it? Is it already? Oh, nice. So this tool is nice. It saved me 2 clicks. I think I'm too high with the voltage. Maybe the sock voltage is too high. Yeah, this part is boring. No way. I'm using 3200 megahertz 1414 because if I run like 11 or 10 cast 10, I can do it, but I only have more instability or I have to use max mem on the operating system, and I saw that the score is worst. Plus, Cinebench doesn't really want timings. You can push the timings a lot or don't, and the score is the same. What I need is frequency FCLK. Okay, now we are getting a bit better. Yes, at least we can say some cool things together since we are grounded home. And if I can get more liquid nitrogen next days, I will keep streaming. Regular videos plus streaming. So we have some fun. I want to try to push the 3950X. I think I got the peak score when I was not to full screen. So probably now I want to try to bench without the full screen. But it's luck. So Cinebench is fun to do in the live streaming since it's fast, but it's not the best to make it challenging because when there's a lot of luck, the challenge is not so great. Let me drink some water before I start drinking liquid nitrogen. But you know what? R20 use the AVX. I'm not a big fan of running high voltage, high power with AVX. Maybe it's fine, but I don't know. At least I don't want to try. I will want to try to with a trashy CPU first. This is a good one, and I don't want to waste it. If it's safe, I can try with this. I want to be sure before wasting a golden sample. You know. Oof. Nice. We are making progress. 1 point at a time. We are going to climb. Yes, Nick is right. The luck takes some skill out, and that's why I don't like swinging benchmarks. But as well, sometimes you need luck as well. I'm luck with the CPO. This is a retail sample and is a golden sample. My past 2700X was retail and is the fastest 2700X around. I pretty much got good CPU. Look, 3025. We are 7 points away, 8 points away. I think we are in the right direction. Just keep trying. Yes, it's patience and persistence mostly. With this benchmark, at least, there's a lot of benchmark that needs to do your homework, like Super PI 32. To break the 6 minute barrier took me like 1 year. I was trying first with the 2700X, and then I tried with this, and I get so close, and then with the 3950, that is crazy high with 1 ccd, I make it. But to make it, I think I don't know 20, 200 liters to find the right settings. It's a lot, but I got it at the end. after 1 year of trying and perfectioning, trying new tricks, new settings in the operating system, I made it. I was really focused that. This thing is too thirsty. It drinks more than me. This is no way possible. The sock to bench on water. Ciao Roberto. Uh, on water, you don't need a lot of sock voltage. Since on water you can easily reach 1920 megahertz of FCLK without using much than 1.125. So 1 volt, 125 millivolt. You don't need much more than that to bench on ambient system, an ambient temperature. Benching on ambient is nice because you can push all the way up the FCLK without using much voltage. So FCLK at ambient is easy. You push 1900 megahertz, you will raise a bit the BSCLK until you reach 1920, and that's it for the FCLK. And then you push the core. On water, I think 1.42 was the most efficient because if you go above, the chip gets too hot, and if you are too low, you cannot get the frequency. So I think with a good custom loop, ambient temp 20 degrees, 17, 1.42 is the volt that is the best to run. Yes, mine 3950 and 3900 cannot go past 3700, 33. So depends as well on the silicon luck. Let me check a bit the motherboard if I have to use this. Yes. Best to prevent. It's not wet, but just in case. Okay. Repeat, repeat. Hopefully, I really want to make the score and finish this benchmark chapter. It's super boring. So this is so far the max we reach. Let's see. Maybe we have more luck in 10 minutes. But I'm sure that something happened during a restart. since I'm 30 points behind what it should be. That is exactly what I need here. I tried that thing to send to the render screen on the right, but I tried like I made like 50 runs like this and the same swing. The best score, this 2178, I got it like this exact setup. I got over 200 runs. This setup is the one that gave me that spike. Maybe coincidence, maybe not. But okay, pot is full. Let's see how many liters we have left. I still have the frostbite from the other day. I think I have more liquid nitrogen than I thought. That's good. But about also the score. Let's try like this one time. I think we have like, I don't know, 3 liters, 4. We raised by 1. Other 2 points, 2 points more. I really want to know what happened since with liquid cooling I was like almost constantly at 2170, 2172. Then when I put the pot, 2140. So I lose 30 points just by changing the cooling. And this is super weird. Crosshair 8. I would like to try the impact to have more FCLK headroom. Should be more proficient. Since it crashed anyway, I'm going to try to a bit of base clock. Let's see. Let's see how many megas we are now. 56. Oh, that's why we are so low. Why is that? Okay, so I was calling that because I was 25 megahertz less in the first CCD. That's a mistake. That is a big mistake. I need to change that. Okay, now we are 5650. Let's try like this. Yeah, I was a bit more stable, but I don't care if I have to restart it anyway. If you have to play the restart and run, let's play. 25 megahertz is 10 point, more or less. This is boring, but I'm a very patient. So We will make it. Because using the CCD not at the same level, I saw that is not great, and the results usually tends to be more like the lowest CCD, CCX. So I'm not a big fan of CCX overclocking. Seems sometimes it gets weird and there's no real benefit. Yeah, it was more stable, but the score was crap. So I think I'm going to push again the bias. Yes. Let's see with Explorer on. What is the score? Because all those tricks at the end doesn't really work. Maybe it's more placebo than actual improvement. Out. Okay, let's kill it. I think I have this that is should not be here. I want to make sure that any service popped. Oh, come on. Bit more volt. Okay, we are getting there. 3025. Nice. We are getting close. I want to try with another click of volt. This is the very, very limit of the CPU. Or maybe I can try to push 25 megahertz, 26, nice. I can try to push 25 megahertz out of the second CCX. Is a long shot, but maybe it's worth it. $56.75. Base clock at 100. Refresh this. This is going to crash a million of times, but if we can make it at least once, probably we have the score. If you can close at least once at this frequency, probably we will have the score. And I see that is not impossible, since we was almost done. So just about luck. Come on, icy friend, give me some luck. The IPC is super strong, since we are not that far from the Intel at almost 7 gigahertz. So with more than 1 gigahertz, we have the same score, and it's very impressive. At least with Cinebench. In Super PI is super bad. I'm very curious about the Zen 3, since it seems that they have 8 core per CCX. So better latency, higher IPC. That I think is a good one. Shit. So now we are on par with the first position. Did I tell you? We can save the result, and I will. I save these settings as well. So in theory, we have the first position. We have the first position, or we are like 50-50. Thought it was a good tactics. Let's not crash just now. I don't know if I set this, I'm going to at the first place or not. I like the screenshot the manual way. This should be nice. So let's take another one. And let's submit it. Okay. I just want to see if I'm first or still the second. And I'm pretty sure that with these settings we can nail a first position now. No, I think I'm still the second. Oh, no problem. We keep pushing. We keep pushing. At least now we have the receipt done right. One point. I need 1 point. 1 point. What? I'm doing stupid things. Okay, I think I have 1 liter left. I have to open the door now and pour it manually. So I go full pot. This is super full pot. You can see the bubble from here. The problem now is that to pour manually with 50 liters is not easy. At least I made a towel. We made one, we can make two. I just made another one. Come on. I don't have much time. Shit. Now I must recharge. I think it's empty. Bad news. I'm out. So I think I have a couple of run. No more than that. The spilling device is quite awesome. I spilled at the last drop. So, well, we have 2 or 3 rounds. Finger crossed. Come on! Out. Maybe 2 run. Yeah, no more than that. Try to hit the like button to see if we have more energy to finish this benchmark. I need you to concentrate and make the system stable for one run. There's some magic here. Last run. Yeah, liquid nitrogen is completely gone. Last run maybe. The spilling device was so amazing that I was thinking, I have reserve, but no, zero. Fumes. So dry. The good thing is, now that I know, I can save energy trying to pour that way. So I'm pretty satisfied with that spilling device. Super efficient. Till the last drop. That is pretty awesome. So no way. I think now the temperature is dropping and there's no way we can make it. I think we are done for today. For 1 point. One single point. Okay, we are done. Oof, such a pity. But I can try to send that screenshot to the non-benchmate, submit the other one. Maybe if I'm lucky, I get the first position there. Let's see. Well, we had fun. I mean, it was nice. Since now I know how to do for the next session. Because for 1 point, I'm going to retry this. I'm not gonna give up. I never give up. So what I'm going to do now is to contact my supplier and hope they can have some LN2 next week. So, but at this point, I have to slowly go down with the frequency, and that's it. But I think Cortana again. I it keeps getting there. I cannot. But I tried as well with or without. Some services are just sleep in sleep mode, and they don't benefit the score. So well, I think there's no point going on with the stream again. So it's late, and tomorrow I have to work, and I think you have to work too. If you are in Europe, if you're in the US, we have all the night for you. Well, what can I say? I'm going to try to contact my supplier. So hopefully next week I have more liquid nitrogen and we can try this. If I have more liquid nitrogen, we definitely are going to take this one. This is the second time we was there. And after we take this, we can do like 3950X or I don't know, other things. So I want to try to get the liquid nitrogen. When I have the liquid nitrogen, I will recharge the 50 and the 30. So 80 liters, we should be fine for at least a couple of weeks. Well, thank you for the company. As always, it was a great chat. Such a pity that I didn't get the last point that I wanted, but who knows? Next time we will be more experienced, since now I know that the second CCX can do 25 megahertz more after 10 crash. But hey, maybe I can try to optimize the system better in the meantime. So what I'm going to do is to use the, the phase change -100, and I was able to bench at 5.2 gigahertz, so it's still a good frequency. I can try to optimize the system for the cold. And I didn't have time today to do it because I did like one run and the system shut down completely, and it took me 2 hours to make it work again. So for the next days, I'm going to tune the system for the cold. When I got an ice core, if I have the liquid nitrogen, we can try it and we will nail it, I'm sure. Thank you guys. Thank you so much. And have a good night, have fun, and see you very soon. Bye.